How social media drastically affects us. Edward Litton said that the pen is mightier than the sword. Ideas have a greater potential at changing the world than force. It's only in defense of our ideas or our beliefs that we choose to raise swords in the first place. For generations, ideas were limited to transmission by books. Books are limited in time and space. There's a limit to how fast they can spread ideas. But the internet travels at the speed of light. The rate at which ideas can now be spread is unprecedented. If the pen is mightier than the sword, is the internet mightier than the bomb? And if ideas truly are more powerful than force, we should use them constructively and not destructively, insofar as that's possible. While the entirety of the internet is worth discussing, today we're going to take a look at a more basic yet universal aspect of it: social media. A report done by the Royal Society for Public Health states that social media usage is associated with increased rates of anxiety, depression, poor sleep quality, body image issues, and cyberbullying. In fact, rates of anxiety and depression in young people have increased by 70% in the past 25 years. 7 out of 10 teens have experienced cyberbullying, and 37% say they experience it very frequently. In today's world, many of us rely on social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram to find and connect with each other. While each has its benefits, it's important to remember that social media can never be a replacement for real-world human communication. It requires in-person contact with others to trigger the hormones that alleviate stress and make you feel happier, healthier, and more positive. Ironically, for a technology that's designed to bring people closer together, spending too much time engaging with social media can actually make you feel more lonely and isolated and exacerbate mental health problems such as anxiety and depression. If you're spending an excessive amount of time on social media and feelings of sadness, dissatisfaction, frustration, or loneliness is impacting your life, it may be time to re-examine your online habits and find a healthier balance. Since it's a relatively new technology, there's little research to establish the long-term consequences, good or bad, of social media use. However, multiple studies have found a strong link between heavy social media and an increased risk for depression, anxiety, loneliness, self-harm, and even suicidal thoughts. Social media may promote negative experiences such as inadequacy about your life or appearance. Even if you know that images you're viewing on social media are manipulated, they can still make you feel insecure about how you look and what's going on in your own life. Similarly, we're all people that other people tend to share just the highlights of their lives, rarely the low points that everyone experiences. But that doesn't lessen those feelings of envy and dissatisfaction when you're scrolling through a friend's airbrushed photos of their tropical beach holiday or reading about their exciting new promotion at work. Fear of missing out, FOMO. While FOMO has been around far longer than social media, sites such as Facebook and Instagram seem to exacerbate feelings that others are having more fun or living better lives than you are. The idea that you're missing out on certain things can impact your self-esteem, trigger anxiety, and fuel greater social media use. FOMO can compel you to pick up your phone every few minutes to check for updates or compulsively respond to each and every alert, even if that means taking risks while you're driving, missing out on sleep at night, or prioritizing social media interaction over real-world relationships. Isolation. A study at the University of Pennsylvania found that high use of Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram increased rather than decreased feelings of loneliness. Conversely, the study found that reducing social media usage can actually make you feel less lonely and isolated and improve your overall well-being. Depression and anxiety. Human beings need face-to-face contact to be mentally healthy. Nothing reduces stress and boosts your mood faster or more effectively than eye-to-eye contact with someone who cares about you. The more you prioritize social media interaction over in-person relationships, the more you're at risk for developing and exacerbating mood disorders such as anxiety and depression. Cyberbullying. About 10% of teens report being bullied on social media, and many other users are subjected to offensive comments. Social media platforms such as Twitter can be hotspots for spreading hurtful rumors, lies, and abuse that can leave lasting emotional scars. Self-absorption, sharing endless selfies and all your innermost thoughts on social media can create an unhealthy self-centeredness and distance you from real-life connections. Whether you think social media is good or bad, you're right. It's a flame, and we're still learning to contain and master it. But the current dialogue about social media is very low resolution. People shouldn't have to leave these revolutionary technologies behind, but they also shouldn't suffer negative impacts to their well-being by using them. Social media is often referred to as a tool, and it is. Tools are things that help us accomplish goals. But this low-resolution comparison is actually pretty misleading. Social media is a tool, and it's not a tool in the same way a hammer is. It's much more like a city.